This is an ad by Regain Couples Therapy and features real testimonials.
This was our first time trying therapy, and honestly, it was long overdue. Looking back, we just wish we had started sooner.
Regain's qualified therapists help couples when they can't get there on their own.
We thought it was intimacy issues, but Andrea helped us uncover a deeper root cause we hadn't even realized was there.
Visit regain.com/couplespod to get 10% off your first month. Regain, couples therapy that works.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like aloe or Skims, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. With Shop Pay, that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts are going abandoned and way more sales happening. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell whatever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
Yo, what's good? It's JR the Boss Man here for the Boss Man Show, BS3 TV, Believe Network, here bringing you your Braves recap. Happy Father's Day. This is JR the Boss Man here from the Boss Man Show here, bringing you your June 15th Father's Day recap of the Braves here. We're outside of Truist Park, somewhere in the Battery, always undisclosed location where I'm actually at in the Battery. But the Braves had a tough outing today, lost 10-1. Game got out of hand in the seventh inning. Grant Holmes had an excellent day pitching, 15 strikeouts, but gave up a home run in the seventh inning. Gate had an error as well, the third inning, 2 errors on one play. Cost the Braves a run there, on a run there, but he pitched well today. But he did not get the win. The bats were not active today. But the Braves had back-to-back starts from Strider and Grant Holmes with great outings. But just today, tough luck for Holmes. Offense did not show up today for the Braves. Matt Olson, you'll hear about that in the recap on the backside. His comments about how they just couldn't get it going today against the Rockies started today. Brian Snitker talked about how thought they would score runs today. He felt the offense was getting consistent, thought they would be good at score runs, but the guy come off the injured list, not knowing how long he would be out there, getting their bullpen, runs on the board for Grant Holmes today. So that did not happen for the Braves today, losing 10-1. The Braves, the last 2 games, struck out the Rockies 35 times, one short of the record over a 2-day span. The Braves did win the series 2-1. But they want to get a sweep today and try to climb up the standings here. So that didn't happen for the Braves today. So disappointing, and you hear disappointment in Grant Holmes' voice. You hear that on the back end. When you hear, I play clips for you from what they said firsthand, what they said as well. But Brian Snitker was asked, like, how do you get this thing going? He made a quip that he would be a billionaire if he knew how to do all that. He knew how to get guys to hit and figure out, what's going on with the hitting, why isn't it consistent. You feel like you turn a corner, but you can't. But then if you get out today where you only get one run, don't support your guy who's pitching crazily, 15 strikeouts. And Holmes said he figured out in the fourth inning he had 10 strikeouts. In the fourth inning he figured out he had 10 strikeouts. But then Snit talked about De Los Santos. Has been on an excellent run. Came in for Holmes and just got today wasn't his day. 4 earned runs from De Los Santos. Ruiz came in, then Bummer, and then he ended up with Luke Williams pitching the ninth inning for the Braves, pretty much just to save the arms again. And Snit talked about Montero being on an excellent run before he gave up an outing. We had gave up 3-run homer. So, it's baseball. Things happen. Good, bad, and different things happen in baseball. Good, bad, and different things happen in baseball. Just know that. But the Braves 31-39 now. Big series next week against the Mets. Big series for them. They can make up some ground against those guys. That they said, Matt Olson I talked about. As I say, it's got to keep on working. And Snit says the same thing. They've been doing the right things. So trust in that. And Snit does believe it's going to happen. He believes it's going to be a breakthrough, and the guys will start hitting and going a good run. They're going to have some fun. It's going to be beautiful. But you do see the Braves have some solid starting pitching going on right now. You see that with Strider, Sale, Holmes, and those guys. So just the pitching's been there. As Snit said, pitching's been there. The hitting just wasn't there. So the pitching's going good. Like I said last night, Snit says, hey, if you can give us 6 solid innings, we can get in the pen and set up the game the right way, the way we want to do it. So just keep watching the Braves here. Tough day for the Braves on Father's Day, 10-1 loss. But this has been your Braves recap. Check out the clips, today's press conferences on the back end. Always remember, check it out, BossmanShow.com, BS3TVLive.com, Big Network, and Believe Network. JR signing off. See y'all Tuesday. Mets in town. Check out some clips. Today's post-game pressers.
This episode brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can get a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
You buy a pair of socks, that's 2 socks. You buy a pair of Bombas socks, that's 4 socks. Because one purchased is one donated. Socks are the #1 most requested clothing item in homeless shelters. So when you buy a pair of super comfortable Bombas socks, you're also donating a pair. Bombas customers have powered over 150 million donations. So Bombas would like to thank you 150 million times. But we only have like 30 seconds. Go to bombas.com and use code AUDIO for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com and use code AUDIO at checkout.
It's crazy. Baseball's, you never know what's going to happen. I could have went out there and threw 6 innings and punched 2, and, it could have been different. Or I could have did, vice versa. But, it's just why it's called baseball. It's like winning,
What was working to get 15 strikeouts? You never had more than 9, even though you've had quite a few lately. But what today were you kind of locked in on?
I tweaked a little bit of mechanics. It was just more about rhythm, having a fluid rhythm, and I feel like it worked pretty well for me today. I was able to locate the sliders down, get some swing and misses on the heaters in the zone, which I haven't been able to do. I feel like this season. So I feel like that was a big part of today's plan.
Rotation pieces kind of feeding off each other. How good does it feel when you guys are on a roll like this and just kind of trying to better the guy the day before?
Oh, it's great. It's kind of like hitting. Hitting gets contagious. You see your teammates doing well. You just want to, kind of repeat what they do. with Strider and Sell and Troy, what they did the past, 3 outings before, before mine, was really special. Those guys are really good, and just try to I don't know what the word is, but just try to keep the ball rolling with the starters.
You make makes that pitch so effective?
That's a good question. I feel like the downward movement. I feel like that's what gets the swing and miss. A lot of sliders are a little verty. I feel like mine has a little bit less vert and a little bit more drop. So I feel like that's what makes it as good as it is.
How at 10 or more, or you're aware of your strikeout total. At what point in time are you kind of conscious?
It was probably about the 4th inning. I think I got 10 in the 4th. That was a special moment. Pitched 11 years and haven't struck out more than 9. And to do it today, kind of blow by it. It's pretty special, but we got the loss. It sucks, but it's baseball. And come up Tuesday and put it up on the board.
You think with progressing like you have the last couple of times out, you guys feel real good about your rotation going forward?
Absolutely. That was an unbelievable performance yesterday. That's the best I've seen him pitch, in real life. Watching him in the dugout, the velo, the slider, everything was really good. And I feel like going forward, if we stay like we are, I feel like we'll be in a pretty good position.
What was it?
Waste the scoring of the start that he gave you?
No, it's great. Really. Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
15 strikeouts.
No, that, and I felt good about putting runs on the board today too. Guy coming off rehab and all, didn't know how long he would go. I thought, hopefully we do enough damage getting the bullpen early, and just didn't happen.
This happened a few times. Happened against the White Sox last year, against the Rockies this year, and this one kind of where you get great pitching performances. What can you say about this offense? Is it an issue just with this offense, or do we just watch this team too much as it happens to other teams?
Maybe a little bit of both, all the above. We're just, I think we've talked about this, I've talked about it many times. It's just like sustaining the drive with the offense. We're just having a hard time doing that. We'll have a couple of games that we had up till today. I think we had 4 out of 5. We're really good, and so we're starting to click here and get this thing rolling, and we just can't get off the mat and put anything together for an extended period of time. And we haven't all year. Just one of those things. It's I don't know what the answer is. So it just keep waiting for it to happen. I'd say these guys have done it before. Sound like a broken record. They've done it before. They're capable, and we all know that. But we have to do it, and we're not being able to do that right now.
This happened a few times. Happened against the White Sox last year, against the Rockies this year, and this one kind of where you get great pitching performances. What can you say about this offense? Is it an issue just with this offense, or do we just watch this team too much as it happens to other teams?
Maybe a little bit of both, all the above. We're just, I think we've talked about this, I've talked about it many times. It's just like sustaining the drive with the offense. We're just having a hard time doing that. We'll have a couple of games that we had up till today. I think we had 4 out of 5. We're really good, and so we're starting to click here and get this thing rolling, and we just can't get off the mat and put anything together for an extended period of time. And we haven't all year. Just one of those things. It's I don't know what the answer is. So it just keep waiting for it to happen. I'd say these guys have done it before. Sound like a broken record. They've done it before. They're capable, and we all know that. But we have to do it, and we're not being able to do that right
run like 10 appearances.
No, I just looked at it. It's just stupid the run he's been on, and it happens. Montero the other day, and he gave up the 2-out, 3-run homer. He had been on some kind of crazy run too. And you feel good bringing him guys in, but he's been just as solid as anybody in our pen. I mean, we've even floated the option as while we're doing this closer thing that, we're going to close with him today, if we get down there and he's available. That's how well he's been pitching.
Did you want to say this?
Yeah. Is there a sense of disappointment after a game like this?
Yeah. I expected to win this game when we came in. I thought we were going to score runs. We didn't score runs. Got a great start, which is, we scored runs. Who knows what would have happened, after we bring in the bullpen. I mean, that's one of the things. But I thought I felt really good about today. Just going into it, thinking, all right, our offense is clicking here a little bit, and we're going to continue this on and take some momentum into the next series. Didn't happen.
How good do you get in terms of score, but how frustrating is it from the offensive standpoint to when you see what Grant Holmes did and to just put up one run?
Yeah, I mean, obviously a great start from him. What was it, 15 punch outs. Like you said, got away there then. Just couldn't get anything going early. Gomber was mixing it up. A lot of breaking stuff, a lot of off speed. Kept us off balance, just couldn't get it going.
Did you feel past week or so has kind of had some momentum going before today, hitting with runners scoring position better?
Yeah, I think at bats have been better. I think obviously we've been putting up some runs. Win the last couple series, and we didn't get the sweep today. Couldn't get it going, but we keep building up some series wins. We'll get this thing going.
That was your Braves recap. Hope you enjoyed. See you guys down the road. Remember, always catch the recaps, Bossman Show, BS3TVLive.com, BS3 Network, and the Believe Network. See you.